Welcome everyone to Team of Australia's Wednesday night webinar. I would like to hand it over to Kevin Matthews to do our introductions, please.
Yeah, hello and welcome everyone to Team Australia, OnPassive Team Australia. Tonight we have a special guest from the UK, a man that's been in the financial side of things for a few years now. Very knowledgeable man, and yeah, we'd just like to welcome Andy Berks. Come on down, Andy.
Hi guys, thank you for inviting me along. My esteemed colleagues, even Chris Johnson's up. Wow, it's early.
Yeah, that's very right. Yeah, Andy, just a little short one. Just tell us a little bit about yourself and where you live, and just a little short rundown would be good. Thank you.
Okay. I've been in financial services for 35 years. I've been all over the show. So worked in the UK, South Africa, Dubai, Mexico, Holland, France, Germany, back to Dubai, Spain, Portugal, Bahrain, Saudi, back to Spain, and now the UK again. So I've been about a bit. I was looking for more leads for the business last year. Obviously, COVID has affected everything, and the pension providers. We do a lot of pension transfer. So guys that move from the UK to Europe or now just the States, where guys move to the States, we help them move their or transfer their pensions. So we were looking for more leads and what have you for the business. And I was trying to, I'm a figures guy, I'm not a techie, and I really don't understand capture pages and how you link things to Facebook advertising. And I got so confused with it. But I came across this advert. I think Marty placed an advert, and I came across this advert for a company that said, "Oh, fully automated." Everything was automated. I thought, "Well, this is good. I can get rid of the rubbish that I don't know how to do," and away you go. So I signed up there and then, without even reading or taking any notice of it. And I think it took me 4 months to really get into or understand what was going on. And then I had the light bulb moment, and it was like, "You idiot, you've wasted 4 months. What are you doing?" So the focus has now kind of moved across, and I'm still doing financial services, but I'll tell you what, as soon as OnPassive launches, I won't be. I got paid on a case that I completed in September 2019. I got paid February this year. It's really kind of been like that for I don't know how many years, and I'm sick and tired of it. So yeah, I'm really excited about OnPassive, and I love the fact that for non-techies like me, it's simplified. So, you know, they register you a domain name, they build you a website, they drive specific targeted traffic to your website, and then they close the sale for you, and they pay you a commission for doing so. What could be simpler? Fantastic.
Yeah, it's when you get your mind around it and have a look at the pennies do start dropping, but yeah, it's very exciting times. Another question I have got for you that I'd like to ask you. A lot of people ask me, what's the value of being a founder? And what I know now as a founder, on the inside knowing what's happening, it's hard to put a value on it. Like, I know me personally, from what I know now and I know what's coming, I would pay a lot of money to be a founder of this company now. I'm not going to say a value, but what's your thoughts on that?
I've been looking for something like this for 40 years. As Dane mentioned earlier, correction to the corruption one. You have 50 tools and products that are far superior to anything that we've got at the moment. I don't know about you, but I'm constantly trawled on Facebook by people trying to sell you something, cryptocurrency or whatever it might be. And there are so many people that have fake accounts. You've got an email address that can be hacked. So from our point of view, from the business perspective, we have to make sure that if we're sending information via email to a customer, that it is secure, because otherwise we're the ones that can be prosecuted if it's collected from somewhere else. So we've got to be very careful here. So there are not just the products and services that OnPassive has got, but let's put this in perspective. The only other person that's tried to do, a company that's tried to do something even remotely similar, was Microsoft back in the 80s, when they put Lotus and the Excel spreadsheet with Word and PowerPoint, etc. So that's kind of 3 or 4 products under one umbrella, not 50 odd products plus. So then you've got all of these tools and services that you already use, but are now far superior to what you already use. But you also get paid to use it. So who in their right mind doesn't want to get paid to write an email? We're using social media, using Instagram, TikTok, whatever. You don't get paid for any of that, but you would do under OnPassive as a founder. So again, if I put it back to a business perspective, I was looking for leads. I was trying to increase the value of my business, and eventually I found somebody that said they would be able to put this system together for me before I came across this Marty's advert. But it would cost me £15,000 to do so. So the way I viewed OnPassive was, okay, so this business is going to cost me £15,000 in order to build a business for me. Now, the beauty of it is, if you look at it, I'm going to pay $97 to become a founder, and then we estimate $250. So total, I'm paying $350, which is about £300. Okay, now that business, instead of costing me £15,000, has actually cost me $14,700. Now I'm still paying for it. The difference is I'm being paid to use the system. In other words, once I've got 3 customers on board, the cost to to run the business becomes free. So I'm still paying them to build me a business. The difference is I don't have to pay it out of pocket. Now, you can't put a value on that. At the end of the day, they're going to build you a business from scratch for £300 odd. That's ridiculous. No one in their right mind would do that. But the genius system of this is, as they take on customers, they've got 2 little wallets. One is a virtual wallet and it says, Mr. Customer, by the way, I know you're using these products, but if you click this button and become a reseller, that money in this little wallet up the top corner here can move across into that wallet and you could take it out. So who in their right mind is then going to move or try different products from different places if ours are far superior and they're getting paid to use them? It's absolute genius. So the value of this business is far beyond what I could afford, and far beyond the 15,000 it would have cost me to set someone up to build or design the system to get leads in for my business. And having had that light bulb moment, financial services is poof, that's gone. You know, I'm just focused on OnPassive. Now I've got the picture. Now I understand what it's all about. Now I've engaged, and this is what really winds me up. You get all these questions on a Monday night, and Chris, I know you you listen in as well. They're the same questions over and over and over again. All you have to really do is actually get engaged. There is so much information on the internet. The website alone has got 180 odd pages of information as to what this is all about, how it works, etc. And if you don't get the picture from that, then I don't know what you are. But you know, bottom line is there is a value to this that I can't put a measure on. If it's going to build me a business and it's not going to cost me the £15,000 that I did before, then absolutely perfect.
Yeah, when you think about it, it's just mind-blowing, absolutely mind-blowing.
It's total and utter genius the way he set it up and designed it. As I said, what customer in their right mind is going to leave or move when he's being paid to use the products?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So yeah, some people, you try and explain it to people, they just can't
They
believe
don't get it.
They just
No,
don't
I know
get it.
it's too good to be true, and I get that, I really do.
Yeah.
But if you're really serious about making money, then why not watch or listen or check out information for yourself? Get engaged, and then you'll have the light bulb moment. And when you have that moment, you go, oh my God, what have I been doing for the last 20 or 30 years?
There's one other value too. I was listening to the webinar with Jeffrey and Williams, Dr. Bill Williams. They said there's going to be added, like we're going to have 50 products, but we're only going to have some when it starts, and they're going to be added products occasionally. You know what I'm saying? They're going to add them slowly, so our value will go up, our income will go up too.
I think what Ash was saying on that webinar was, I mean, it blew me away, because he's not just looking at the 50 products that they're already on the table. They've got potentially physical products. They've then got the next level. So he's talking about the possibility of things like, running a cloud business. It's just next level stuff. And once you reach the summit, then you start again to the next top of the mountain. And where these ideas come from, I don't know, but the beauty of it is that this is for us, this is for all of us. So if we have a good idea, put it forward, and he will look at it seriously and potentially add more value to the business by adding another idea in. I find it incredible.
Yeah, and I think people need to take advice from someone like you, Andy, with a financial background. Someone like Dr. Bill Williams, Jeffrey Morlock. There's just, I think people need to trust the people that are sharing this with them, rather than just throwing it away as if it's a scam. They need to just get a little bit engaged, and then they'll feel how we feel about it. It's just,
I think one of the most interesting, we've offered retirement planning, and I've set up retirement planning options for customers over the last 35 years.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah. So if we take the Middle East as a good example, obviously, if you live in places like Saudi or Bahrain or Dubai, Kuwait, etc., you don't pay tax. So what we've done is encourage customers or clients to put what you would pay in tax away into a retirement plan for 20 years. Now, the average contribution, if you like, is $1,000 a month. So over 20 years, that's 240,000 you put away. And hopefully, if the investment does well, it should double and double again. So you should have anywhere between 800,000 and $1 million in your pot to then be able to draw cash out on a monthly, annual basis or whatever for the rest of your life. And you've still got to make sure that pot continues to grow. So if you draw out 5%, so with $1 million, that's 50,000 a year. Now that's a good pension. Now, if you look at Europe, the average pension pot in Europe is 80,000. That's $4,000 a year. It's nothing, absolutely nothing. Now compare that with what we've got with OnPassive. So I'm talking about risking $97, 75 quid, right, and $250, 200 odd quid. What one further payment. Okay, but there's a money back guarantee on your $97 to start with. So if you pay it and you don't like what you see because you've started to get engaged, fine, get your money back. But anyone in their right mind would be an idiot to do so. So no more pensions, no more retirement planning. At the end of the day, look at this. This is going to cost you $350 instead of $1,000 a month over 20 years. Which would you prefer? What's the risk here? $97. Yeah, and if you do the maths, I love to be conservative with these type of things, particularly as we don't know the exact picture yet. It's proprietary, etc., and you can only work on assumptions. I get that too, But interestingly enough, Ash has made it clear that 3 and it's free. Yeah. So if the monthly cost or your activation fee is $250, divide that by 3, that's roughly $85, because he said you might make a small profit. So $85. Okay, so the company's then going to go to work and create or produce customers for me. I don't have to recruit. The company's going to do that all for me. So if I do absolutely nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, it goes me plus 3, that's 4. 4 times 3 is 12, plus your 4, 16. 16 times 3, 48, plus your 16, 64. 64 times 3, 192, plus your 64, 256. Now, at the end of the first year, and this is based on the assumption that every 3 months, the company is going to produce 3 customers for each of the customers that I've already got on board. Okay, so it gets to 256 within a year. Now, in all honesty, we estimate that there are going to be over 100 million customers in the first year. And we've got a potential customer base of 4.75 billion people, which is an incredible number. Okay, the world is our oyster type touch. But let's just say that the company's given you 256. And we know that a direct customer is worth roughly $85. So at the end of the first year, you'd have 12 direct customers. That's 1,020 as an income. And if I therefore make an assumption, and again, these are guesstimates, guys, these are not actuals, these are just guesstimates. But if each of the remaining 244 customers is worth $4, then you've got an income of $2,000 a month, $2,000 a month coming in. At the end of the first year, having done nothing, and I mean nothing. If you found or shared this opportunity with just 9 others that joined you on this journey, and you had 10 of you to start with, you multiply those figures by 10. So at the end of the first year, you'd have 2,560 customers earning you $20,000 a month. Okay, now we don't recruit in this business. I don't like the word recruiting. I hate it. I'm not very good at it. But I have shared it with a lot of people, and I've managed to get more than 9 in my group, which is great. I love that. Why not share it with everybody? Why not share it with every single friend that you have on Facebook, every single acquaintance you've got? Whether they say yes or no, it's irrelevant. At the end of the day, some idiot's always going to say yes. We used to have to collect no's when you do cold calling, and the boss would always say you have to collect 25 no's, and there's always someone that said yes, all right, I'll have an appointment. You go, no, I've got to make another call. But share this opportunity with people is simple. Yeah, you in the back office, you've got these links between 8 and 16 in the webinar links. You just send that out. People come along to the webinar, the company webinar. Now it's slightly different for Australia because you're on a different time zone, but you can do the same. Share the link with the Australians, or share the link and have guys in your group that are global. I've got guys from Nigeria, from the US, from Australia, from I've got one from Russia, I think, as well. So, you know, it's to be shared, but it's simple. Does that make sense?
Hey, Andy, you had me and you don't got to do nothing.
Yeah.
Andy, what do you think of the old founder site? Now we're going to be kissing marshmallows. So that was
I'm looking
really
forward
amazing.
to that. I'm looking forward to that, William. I think with the changes they're making and the excitement that's building, once it's got to this founders scenario and we go to soft launch, all hell will break loose. I don't know about Australia, but the UK is very much one of these countries where everyone kind of looks at it and goes, oh, it's not launched yet, it will never do so. I want to be able to touch it and feel it before I'm going to jump in. Okay, well, fine, fair enough. We're going to have lots and lots of resellers on board once we launch. Simple as that.
Exactly right. And that's the thing. Yeah. Go ahead, Dane.
Sorry, Liz. That's perfectly said, though. Like, because all you're doing is sharing something that you know is good. Like, you can feel the vibration. Like, you know, when you once you're connected, you want to get on more Zooms and more webinars, not more Zooms as such, but you want to connect with the people around the world, and you know that you've all got the same heart. Doesn't matter what religion, there's no division. It's all by heart, and we've all got that one thing as human beings, is heart and vibration, and it's something like it's fully flip-sided the way I look at life too, you know what I mean? It's taking the ego away, and like, you know, everyone's got ego, but it's sort of, you know, everyone's connected, and like, it's so beautiful. The OnPassive is beautiful. That's about it for me. Sorry to cut you off, Lisa.
No, you're kind of saying what I was going to say. It's about everyone from all different backgrounds, but it's just catching that vision. And when that penny drops, like I've managed to build a bit of a team, but a lot of them aren't engaged, and I try and get them just to watch just a few videos or things, and just to see why I'm so excited, but they just don't. And they're missing out, like the journey. It's been nearly 3 years for me, and for Kevin, and for Dane, and for my mum. Yeah, the journey, it's been tough at times, and yeah, we can't wait for it to launch, but everything's being done right. And like Ash said in those first 2 audio videos when I first joined, he's doing it for us. He's doing it for the ones that got left behind and got ripped off, and he's making sure it's perfect. So when it launches, it's a done deal. It's not just going to launch and then fail. So we just need
I think the
to
key,
respect that.
one of the keys here, Lisa, is if you look at Microsoft have introduced Windows, so it's Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, Windows 11, etc. But every time they've introduced a new one, you don't get a choice. It's like, okay, you can stick with the old system, or this is the only other one that you've got available. So if you're going to buy a new machine, you have to go onto the new system. You've got no choice. But the number of bugs in the system, that it's incredible. So when they brought out Windows 10 and said, you know, you could move across from Windows 8 if you like, and you can move across into Windows 10. My uncle's a software engineer, and he said, whatever you do, don't move across, because the number of bugs that they've got in the system at the moment, they've got to get rid of them over a period of time, and that's why they keep sending updates and updates and updates. It's ridiculous. But you've got no choice. You've either got Apple or you've got Microsoft. You have no other alternative. So you either take it, okay, I'm on a Microsoft system now, so I might as well use the new one. You've got no clue. But what Ash is doing is making sure that everything is fit for purpose before it's launched. That is key to any business, to be fair. But with a new system in place, if this is fit for purpose and it goes to market, then you're going to get millions and millions of customers coming on board very, very quickly, because they will see that these things work and do exactly what they say on the tin. Perfect.
Hey,
Correct.
Andy, it's Mark here from the perfect state in Australia, which is Queensland. I just thought I'd say that. I always throw that in. All right, mate, just out of interest, when this thing goes live, what's the first thing that you're going to do? When it goes live?
That's a good question, actually.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy loads and loads of reseller positions for my friends that have basically poo-pooed the idea.
Yeah. Because I always ask the same question of most guests that come on, and it's interesting to hear the answers. So it's very, very interesting, because I said that to, I think it was Paul Angus, and guess what he said?
Probably something similar.
Yes. And what it seems to be is that's the theme. That's the theme that all of us have got, because to be frank, I'll probably do the same. And I'm sure.
Sorry, go on.
Sorry, mate. No, you go.
it's interesting, as I said earlier, the Brits in particular are very similar to the Aussies. We like to be able to touch and feel it, and if you can't, or you can't see that vision, or you can't take the time to see that vision, then you have to wait until it's launched. And once it's launched, everyone will go, oh yeah, why didn't you tell me about it? Well, it's too late now. So yeah, absolutely. I think it's one of those things that I've got a number of positions already, and several of those will be used for charitable setups, let's put it that way. So from a friend's point of view, I've got lots of friends that have kind of looked at this and gone, oh, it's a pyramid.
Yeah.
And you laugh your socks off and go, please just pay attention and have a look. But okay, fine. So when it does launch, I'd like everybody to be able to retire with me. There's no point in me being retired on my own if none of my mates are. So I'd love to be able to buy, reseller positions, and then as soon as they're starting to earn just a small commission each and every month, you pass them across. Just pass them over.
Okay, but so you're doing it not out of getting more for yourself. You're doing it for the betterment of your family and friends, and that's what I love about this whole bunch. Everyone's the same. So no matter if it's Big Kev, Nakita, Jackie, we've basically all said the same thing. So when it goes, we'll be sharing even more, and it's lovely. It was very heartening that you said that, Andy.
I think that one of the interesting things, particularly with the UK and Ireland group, we've all said the same thing from the point of view that because we're founders, we know we're sorted. So the money is no longer a problem for us, and we don't worry about that. It's a done deal. Bottom line is, what are you going to do with it? Now, I worked in financial services, as I said, for 35 years, and when I joined the industry back in the 80s, we had a chap that at that time was earning 100-odd thousand a month. It was all override and everything else. It was a totally different system. But he sat down all the new recruits and said, what would you do with 100,000 every month? So how many months have you got, or can you write down what you're going to spend your money on? So it was a house, a car, a holiday home. Oh, I'm stuck. What do I do now? And it was 3 or 4 things. I'm writing feverishly, and I was, as everyone finished, no, and I'm still writing. There's so many things that you could potentially do with it, but what do you need to comfortably live on? At the end of the day, the average pension, as I said, in Europe, if you take on or add on the old age pension, then it's less than £1,000 a month, and these people survive quite nicely on that. Okay, so you want to be able to have a little bit more fun than that, but what's the level? What level is it? 10,000, 20,000? Okay, if you're earning 100,000 and you're only spending 20, what are you going to do with the rest? Why not make it or be able to pass that to somebody that does need it? So there's one of the billionaires has created desalination plants that fit in the back of a truck, basically.
Right.
The incredible opportunities. So he's also created a push bike, a pedal cycle that you can put in the house, and it creates or generates electricity. So you're in the middle of nowhere, you can get some exercise and also some electricity. I thought that was quite amusing. But it's some of these ideas. You think, oh, great! I'd love to be able to help that out and get that up to a stage where that would help others, because you just simply can't spend it.
Yeah.
I think the arrogance of this man, Jeff Bezos, who once he landed, having been to space, said, I want to thank my employees and my customers for making me so much money. You arrogant sod.
Yep. Exactly. Well,
and that's when we come in. Oh, sorry, Mark.
Go on. No, Nakita, I'm going to shut up because Andy's
I was just going to say, and that's when we come in and meet Ash McFarlane, who's got a whole different mindset, and that's why it's a scam and no one can believe it, because they haven't met a man who wants to give back to the world like him.
It's going to be the largest crowdfunding opportunity the world has ever seen. And I read an article in newspaper the other day about a charity in London. They were complaining because the head of the charity, or the guy that runs the charity, is taking a salary per annum of just over 550,000 a year. Really? That's supposed to be going to the charity, not in your pocket. Unbelievable.
Yep, and that's like GoFundMe pages that I'm assuming that you've got them over there, the percentage that they take. And I see only recently someone's mum passed away and they're like, oh, well, we're going to do the right thing and raise money so this doesn't happen again. Join me on GoFundMe. I'm like, no, thanks. It's not going to give them more money. They'll send the money to your bank account. So crazy, crazy. Byron, we've got Byron here who actually worked with Ash McFarah very, very long time ago. Byron, would you like to take a couple of words?
Yes. What have I done now?
Well, you joined OnPassive for starters.
Well, I think I said it last time when I was on the webinar that the friend that got me into it, I met him years ago in the Philippines when I was over there doing a bit of scuba diving in Palawan. And I was sitting down in the cafe talking to some other people, and he come over to me and he said, you wouldn't be from Australia, would you? I said, yeah, I am. He said, oh, I'm from Australia. And we become pretty good friends at the time. Then when I come back to Australia, he got in touch with me, and we done a few things with MLMs, and we lost a lot of money. We gained a little bit of money and lost. And then on July 18, he rang me up and he said, look, he said, I've got a program. He said, you might be interested. And anyhow, he sent me the link and I had a look at it. And the next morning I rang him up and I said, oh, I think I've joined your program. And he said, what do you mean you think? I said, oh, well, I signed some papers. And he said to me, he said, you're bullshitting me. I said, no. I said, I'm thinking I joined it. And he said, I know you're bullshitting me because I could see you're on me downline. I said, oh, well, I must be in you. And that was the 7th of June, 18. I joined it. And
what was your reason behind that, Byron? Why did you jump in?
Well,
because you did.
I was in a GDI when Ash was in it early a few years ago. And I just couldn't get customers and that. Anyhow, I ended up dropping out of that. But when he told me that it was Ash McFarah, I just didn't say any more. I just joined it, because I knew what he was like before when we were on webinars early in the piece with other programs, and I just joined it. And all the people that I've told about it since, other programs with MLM, it's like they just all said no. So I bought a heap of programs, and I've got them like someone said before that they got them for charities and that. I've got one for the RSL. I'm going to supply some money to, and kids with cancer and things like that. Because it's not going to cost me nothing. Well, $97 twice for those two programs, but it's you just got to help people. It's I can't use all the money as what was it Andy said before about what can you do with the rest of your money? Well, you can only just give it away to charities and help other people. That like I've helped all my family because they wouldn't go sign up, so I've signed them all up under me. It's like I've got 28 on my front line, and it's I'm just out to help everybody as much as I can. It's
Mate, it's one big front line, eh? OnPassive. When you've got the heart, Byron, I know you've got the heart. It's one big front line, and we're all together on the front line, all right? And it's a global front line to correct the corruption and You know, it's not to expose anyone and it's not to make anyone look bad, but there's something more superior and it's run by heart. And
Yeah,
like
no.
my vibration, I'm meeting a lot of people too lately, like just through what I do. Like, and I just tend to do a few different things, just go the extra mile for someone. And like more people are drawn to me. And I've got little cards, you know. It's like if you share a great idea with enough people, surely soon enough it'll fall in the right hands. You know, it's
Yeah, but
something.
there's
Sorry
a
to
lot of
cut.
people that, it's like talking to a brick wall. You just can't convince them because they've been conned into different programs and they've lost money and they just say, no, 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 and that's it. Well, that's like me now. I still get offers to join this, join that. I've joined nothing since, or for the first 6 months after I joined OnPassive. I went into a few things and still lost a fair bit of money. But since then, since the beginning of 19, I stopped MLMs. I just do nothing. Like, and I still get them at least 2 a day. People telling me, "Oh, this one's like sliced bread," and like I just tell them I don't like sliced bread. But, that's it. I just stick with me. I'm passive, and I know that it's going to be top notch, and I'm not concerned with anything else. I just want to.
Yeah, we don't want sliced bread. We want to keep sharpening the axe until it's perfect. You know, we sharpen the axe until it's perfect, and you know, and you've got to move on because, like, and it's mostly like, you know, you start with the people you love. It's like, do you get this? Like, this is brilliant. They won't even look. Like, we're Aussies, we know. Like, and it happens to a lot of us founders, but you know, but eventually the penny's going to drop. So, and like what you've done, man, with your front line of 28, you know what I mean? Because you've got that vision, Ash's vision, and caught that vision. Now you're connected. That's why you're on this Australian webinar, you know what I mean? And like, you know Cedric, you know Chris, you know the whole crew, you know what I mean? But
that's a problem.
Anyway,
No, Chris.
He's got plenty of nicknames, mate, doesn't he? No, yeah, it's one big family, and it's bloody good. Like, it's a good vibration, and I just know what's coming. So love you all. And if you're watching this for the first time, just get connected. Have a look at OnPassive.
No, well, that's a lot of them that look at it, but they just say, "Oh no, it's another scam, another scam." Oh well, see you later. Go on with the next one, and if they take it on, okay. If they don't, well, I got one in Pommy Land, as I call it, in England, and and a couple in America. Where else is it? I got 3 in Australia, but the rest are all over the world. You know, it's and most of them are my family. But you know, it's I've tried to spread it around, but like as I said, if they say no to me, I just say, all right, it's up to you. Wait till it opens, then see what you think.
And I agree with you, Byron. Like, I've tried to share it, but I've never been pushy about it. And I've found the people that I've told about it and they've said, oh, yes, I'm in, that's great. But the others that have gone, just hesitated, I've just moved on. I've never been pushy about it. But I've found that my downline just keeps growing. Every day I wake up, I've got more people in my downline, which is amazing. And one I've got from Pommy Land, Andy. Yeah, and he jumped on straight away. He just believed it. He believed in me, and he just jumped on, and he formed a team himself, and now it's his team and downline that are building up my downline. And he's so thankful to me for sharing it with him. Like I get weekly emails just saying how thankful he is for sharing it. And he was my first person on my team. And I find that really awesome.
Yeah, well, my one from Pomeland was John, and he jumped on board straight away. After I spoke to him a little bit, and he said, "Oh, I'll have a look at it." Oh, yeah, righto. And he was like me. The next day, he Skyped me and said to me, he said, "Are you sure this is all right?" I said, "Yeah. If you joined it, you must think it's all right." He said, "Yeah." Well, he said, "I'm sure it's going to be all right, but we'll see." And like he's got 5 downline himself now, so he must have pushed it a bit. If you've got people that are interested in it, all right. But as I said before, if they're not interested, why waste time? Go on with the next one.
But the whole thing is too, you don't need to push it. Do you know what I mean? You don't need to share it if you don't want to. If you're a shy person, you don't need to share it. And that's one thing I'm telling people. I give them a little card, and it's got me link on it, and at OnPassive.com, but I'm a dirty oyster farmer, but I bump into people and I do little odd jobs for people and that, and I give them my card and I say it's worth looking at. It's just a finger in the pie, and it might open your mind. So you don't have to. That's one big thing. You don't have to recruit, so you don't have to tell people, but you can't help but share what Ashmi Farah is doing, because that's what it's all about, is like helping the next person. So but that's another thing. If you're new, you don't have to share it. You don't have to recruit. You don't have to try and sell customers. It's a fully automated, 100% done for you, artificial intelligence, information technology company. And all you need to know is it's 100% done for you. And how exciting is that? For $97 US, that's all you need to know. Get in, you've got 30 days or something to get your money back. I can keep telling all this stuff, but it's like, all I'm saying is take a look at OnPassive, man, because the penny's dropping and it's dropping fast, and time's going to run out, but everyone will win regardless. It's just a matter of time.
Now, that's like the people that came in and, they got annoyed and nasty sort of thing and wanted their money back and all that sort of thing. Well, now, they've got to use a different name and a different email to get into it again, because as far as I understand, once you told Ash to stick the program, you don't get in again. Unless, I said, they use a different name and a different email.
Yeah. Let's got one more question for you, Andy, and that is, how big do you see OnPassive becoming in years to come? In your mind, what do you see? I know what I see. I just wonder what you see.
It's a very good question, actually. It's a mushroom cloud, isn't it, Chris? At the end of the day, with the ideas and the foresight that this man has got, and as I said from the webinar the other day with Jeffrey Morlock and Dr. Beale, etc., it's seeing that, okay, this is what he's created now, and this is big to start with. So this is huge. We've got a potential marketplace of 4.75 billion people. Every single person that uses the internet. But then he's taken it to the next level, because there's potential to add other opportunities and other things. You know, he was talking about the possibility of a 5G network, for Christ's sake. So this is a legacy that we can pass to our children and our grandchildren and beyond. And you know, from my point of view, if my son ever does have kids, which would be great, I'd love to be a granddad, but I'm not there yet. I'm not old enough, by the way. So, but I'd love to see the fact that you know, the grandkids are sorted. They get the right schooling. They be able to do things, but also, if we do this right for our kids in the first place, it's still going to be, look, you know, that's what you need. The rest is for other things. Yeah, if we do it right. So the sky is the limit. Yeah. So don't put a limit on it. It's constantly evolving.
Yeah, it's
I don't think you can put any value on it.
it's priceless, absolutely priceless.
Yeah, it's no way can you put a price on it. You know, it's just whenever you say something, something goes on top again, something goes on top again. So you know, you just can't put a price on it. I don't think anyway.
What do you think, Cedric? You're muted, mate. You're muted.
Yes, how everyone doing? I know it's a good morning over here where I'm at, but
Hi, buddy.
how everyone doing? Yeah, it's a great thing. I mean, like Michael Williams say, the search is over. You know, financial solution is here. I mean, I can't get enough of OnPassive. I don't know how people can say no. I'm like you, Andy. Going to be a lot of resellers as soon as this thing launch, and the ones that saying no, they the ones they're gonna be promoting it, because they won't be able to shut up about OnPassive. You know, they're gonna see where, oh, I done missed out. The sales was trying to tell you. You know, but they don't believe. So, you know, it don't bother me no more. But I mean, I'll be lying if I say if it didn't bother me a little bit, but because I know people need this. They need it like they need air. I know people. That's what bugs me about it. But and the things they tell me, I say this every day. You need OnPassive. You need OnPassive. And OnPassive is like Allstate. I mean, Allstate, I had Allstate insurance. And you know, their motto is we in good hands. But I think you're in greater hands and better hands with OnPassive, you know, because everything, I mean, don't get me wrong, Allstate is good. They cover house insurance, car insurance, life insurance, the whole bang. But I think OnPassive covers all that too, all under one roof. You know, so it's a no-brainer. I don't know. It's great. You know, you ain't in OnPassive, you best get in it. You know, you ain't gonna lose. You ain't gonna lose. It's a no-brainer. It's a win-win situation. There's no need to go get a refund. I mean, I guess they got to have it. If you don't like it, a money-back guarantee. But who gonna want their money back when they get it on OnPassive? That's crazy. Like Ash said, if you read on what OnPassive is and you think it's something better, that's insanity. I mean, it's as simple as that. I mean, it's nothing else better. And I know what I forget the lady name. She said it Tuesday at when we was in Maryland. It's not bragging. We not boasting about OnPassive. It's just facts. I mean, but we can't brag. OnPassive is better than everything out there. You know. So that's it for me. I love it. Can't say nothing wrong about OnPassive. Just get in. Any guests here, They tell you to come here. I say it all the time. Give them a handshake, a kiss, a big bear hug, because they love you. Get on in this.
Yep.
or
Thanks, Cedric.
I'll have a reseller position waiting for you.
Yeah, you're spot on. Spot on, Cedric. Spot on, Cedric. Yeah, I don't know if anyone else got any more questions, but I'd just like to thank you, Andy, for coming on tonight. Fantastic, mate. We loved having you on.
Welcome.
Love to thank
I really
Chris
enjoyed that.
Johnson again.
Oh,
Chris
that was
Johnson.
Thanks so much. That was awesome.
Yeah, fantastic, Andrew. Thanks, Chris and Cedric, for coming down to Australia again. We love you. Absolutely love you. But I'll hand it back over to Nakita now. Thanks again.
Thank you, Andy. That really was awesome. I've never heard you speak before, and you've taught me so much. So it was, yeah, incredible. Thank you so much. Oh no, sorry, someone raised their hand, but it's gone now. Does anyone have any other questions or would like to say anything before we wrap it up?
When's it going to open?
When's soft launch?
When's lunch?
Every webinar I've been on,
Soft
doesn't matter
launch,
whether it's in New Guinea or in America or in England or in Australia. Well, Australia, I haven't heard it before, but every other webinar I've been on, the question is, when's it going to open? And they say, you don't have to ask that question. You're told not to ask that question, but they still ask it.
When it's good and ready, Byron.
Yeah,
It opened 3 years ago, Byron. It opened 3 years ago.
yeah, I've been waiting 3 years, and I don't care if it's another 1 or 2, not 1 or 2 years, but another year. I'll be happy if it opens up by Christmas time.
When it opens, it'll be perfect, Byron. When it opens,
Oh, yeah, well,
it's
and
gonna
for
be magic,
everybody.
mate. And you know, that's why we're still here, and like that's why it's like that vibration, man. Like once you know what the penny drops again. Then I heard Ash again after he was crook with the family and everything. When he came back, I've heard like one recording, and I was live there early morning, and mate, that dude's heart and like his vision is massive, and I'm sure it won't be too long.
No, it's
Yeah,
it's-
reading between the lines. Yeah.
yeah, it's reading between the lines. So the next couple of months, so it'll be well and truly on its way.
Yeah, I think we've got a big few weeks coming up, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Just to have Ash back is so good. Just to see him.
oh yeah, well,
And every
that's why
time he appears, he's looking better and he's sounding better and he's getting more excited. So
Yeah, definitely.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the first webinar he came on, he didn't look the best, but then the next webinar, I think, was on the Thursday. He
Yeah.
looked a lot better then, and that was only over a couple of days. You know,
yeah, he did.
you'd see the colour coming back in his face and everything. So he's coming good, and he's happy with it himself.
Yeah.
Just want to make a special thank you to Bill Must. I see him here again tonight. Love your work, Bill. Just magnificent what you're doing for this company. Fantastic.
Yeah.
He's just hiding down the
appreciate
bottom.
that. And you too, William. All the work you do, you're fantastic as well.
Yeah,
Well
I
done.
can't wait till the old founders site. We'll be kissing marshmallows
But yeah,
very
Bill
soon.
Must. Bill Must. Bill Must is an absolute legend. He's a
And
legend.
Chris will be
With
filling
hula
his
hoops,
man.
face full of
With hula
marshmallows.
hoops.
Yeah, Bill must. Like I don't think you ever sleep either. I think you're up with Chris 24 hours
Yeah.
a day.
Oh yeah, we talk 24 hours a day too. Bill and I become very, very good friends, so it's very interesting. Don't worry. Soon you'll hear him and see him. Not real soon, but he'll let me know.
Are you leading into something, Chris? When
no.
we see him at the launch? Is he going to be the one on TV?
You never know. He's the invisible man, but I will tell you this about him. He is a true gentleman and a scholar. And I mean that when I say that. And I consider him my best friend. we talk like two ladies on the phone every day, so he'll let you know that. But he really is a great guy, and he's got a great heart. He's really just cool dude. He knows, Bill.
And can
Come
do some
over
good
for
graphic
fish in
design.
Australia, boys. Sorry, Nakita.
Sorry,
Come
Dan.
over for fish in Australia. Oh, yeah. That's teed up, mate. It's only a matter of time. Let's go fishing.
One last question, Chris. When's it being launched?
Well, it launched 3 years ago. I keep trying to tell you
When's
this.
lunch?
Yeah,
When's lunch?
lunch is in a couple hours for me. I don't know about you guys, but
Is it coming or not?
oh, it's coming. And like Andy
So
said,
it's next Christmas.
yeah, the thing here is if you already know what we have, but you have no idea what's in Ash's mind. We haven't seen the big yet come out of his head. We haven't seen the big idea yet come out of his head. And he's got a whole bunch of them. So think about that. You're already excited about what we have now, but he's given us kind of hints, but he hasn't given us the real good stuff in the years to follow. I think OnPassive literally be a part of everything in this world. Mike Ellis always say from kindergarten on up to government. Well, that touches every single person in the world if you're thinking about it. But
Yeah.
we're only talking digital products right now. You guys can't imagine what he's really going to explode once OnPassive launches to the world and the years to come. So, like I said, sit back and enjoy this ride. You don't have to do nothing. That's the greatest thing.
I said a year or two ago, I can't wait to sit down and have a beer with Ash and tap into his brain. And then he doesn't drink. So it might be a soda water instead.
Yeah.
He has a glass of wine once in a while, but I think I would love to pick his brain here and there. But then again, I wouldn't, because to him, he's like my Santa Claus. Everything he says, it's like opening a brand new present every morning or every day that you get to speak to him. So that's how I look at it. Christmas is coming, folks. There's some presents under the tree. So ho, ho, ho.
Have you seen how excited Ash gets though when he talks about the pay plan? He gets this look on his face, this excited
and the
look.
leads that he's going to generate.
Yeah. And
He
He's
gave
like,
you some
I
real
know what's
good,
coming.
yeah, he gave you some real good nuggets that last meeting.
Yeah,
And,
it's not Matrix anymore.
yeah, that's the first time he's ever really expressed about the pay plan and showed excitement. But you guys are gonna all be blown away. And
We
I don't
can
know
have-
nothing.
We can have many of your hats.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm coming to Australia to buy my own next time.
Yeah, where are the corks, Chris? You should have corks round it, surely.
Well, this is the original Australia, but I'm starting a collection. I do have to get the corks because that's a Patty always says brings his cork hat out. So
Okay, I might wind this up if no one else has any questions. Is everyone all good? Thank you everyone for joining us. We'll be back here next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Times. Thank you everyone. Thank you Andy. Thank you Chris. Thank you Cedric.
Thanks
Thank
so
you,
much,
Bill Musk,
everyone.
and all the Team Australia crew. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.